What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking on the 4 kings. Now, first of all, you're going to need an item called Transient Curse to be able to get through this next area. You can get 2 of them right at the beginning of it. I'll show you where that is in just a moment, but in case 2 won't cut it, you want to come here. We're in Firelink, or right next to Firelink, obviously. Go ahead and make your way up here. Take out the hollows as you see fit. And at the very end of this aqueduct here, if you remember, after we killed, let's see, it was Capra Demon, we unlocked this shortcut back to Firelink Shrine. And at the very end of it, there is an undead merchant who will actually be able to sell you some transient curses. Can't remember off the top of my head how much they are, but I'm going to try to pick up a couple of them. So you gotta purchase item. And right here, they're 4,000 apiece, so I can only actually get 1 of them. But 1 is better than 1. I had 1 and then now I have 2. I think you know what I meant. I know what I meant. It didn't make any sense, but we're good here. So go ahead and head back to Firelink Shrine. I'll meet you there. So here we are. We're gonna go ahead and make our way down to New Londo Ruins. Just a reminder, once again, you will need to have the Covenant of Artorias to do this boss fight. And if you don't have that yet, watch my last video on how to kill Sif, and I'll show you how to get it. So the reason we need these transient curses, I'm actually gonna go ahead and equip it right now. What it'll do is it allows us to... what's the actual phrasing? Temporary curse allows engagement with ghosts. So that's basically it. You have to be cursed in order to fight ghosts, and that's gonna give us a quick little shot of curse, I suppose. It lasts for, I believe, 5 minutes. And unfortunately there's no like timer on it, so after you pop it, I like to have it equipped down here and it'll go dark, signifying that you can't use it until you can again. If you can, that means it's run out, so that's a good little reminder down there. So I'm gonna put my Estus back on. You might remember this guy here from Firelink Shrine. He's gone hollow. It's a sad day, very sad day. I like to kill him usually at Firelink just because he's kind of annoying, but I let him do his thing in this playthrough. There you go, kind of a joke. Can't remember. Nope, he doesn't drop anything, just 1,000 souls. So right here in this jar is where you would otherwise find 2 transient curses. I've been down here before already for some reason. I honestly couldn't tell you why, but I used one. I think it was to get the Firekeeper soul that was over there, but I don't know why I didn't just let the ghosts kill me. For some reason I wanted to fight them. Okay, so right up here is where the first ghost is going to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I'm just going to leave it there. You know, eventually we'll probably want Estus, but that's just a good reminder. And these guys can phase through walls and everything, you know. They're ghosts. If they're sticking out ever so slightly, you can still hit them through the wall, which is nice. We're gonna make our way up these stairs here. This area really is like a pretty big pain. One's gonna come up out of the ground here, kill that one, and another one right here if you try to walk past. So basically, if you didn't notice that one over there and you just try to walk across this bridge, both those will pop up behind you. Now up ahead is where things get real dangerous. You can see one at the end of the hallway. There we go. One is off to my left. Oh, don't let them do that. That has a lot of range and it does a lot of damage. Basically, these guys just kind of ambush you. For every one that you see, there's probably several more that are hidden behind a wall. So I like to run in there and then bait some out. Did actually manage to grab me there. Not a ridiculous amount of damage, but kind of dangerous nonetheless. So they're gonna retreat and go back into the ground. think that should be all of them. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so moving on here, we have a staircase. Make your way down to the bottom of that. And I believe a ghost might come out of the wall here. Yep. Right in front of that. Anywhere, just think ahead. Anytime you see something like, oh, I'm gonna go grab that item, just stop for a moment and think, oh, a ghost is probably gonna come out of that. Right here, I'm gonna go open that fog wall. Oh, nope, a ghost is gonna come out. Right here, you see a red-eyed ghost. She will scream, which will summon other ghosts, which is not good. Oh, we got a whole bunch of transient curses there. She dropped 2, and there are also 2 on that corpse. So now we have a solid amount. Moving on then. We're back outside. You can see there's a ghost on top of there. There's a ghost on top down that way, I believe. There are also some down below. Kick down this ladder right here. That will serve as a shortcut quite a bit later on, but you know. So if you sprint through here, usually you won't have any problem dodging that flurry of scythes. You kind of just want them to come down. They will follow you eventually, so it's better to just take your time and take them out one at a time. So you can hear the ones down below me right now. They're gonna float on up here. There's one of them. They're being kind of difficult right now. You know, sometimes I suppose maybe they won't follow you, but it's a really good idea to count on it. We're gonna make our way up to that roof here in a moment. I guess this one's not coming. Just be careful though, I cannot emphasize that enough. Watch your step right here. These stairs are not complete. I wouldn't even recommend trying to jump over it. Not really even worth the risk. Oh man. So yeah, just ghosts coming out of the woodwork here. Oh whoops. I'm gonna use Estus. Now these ones came up from below, I believe. That's why they're over here. Oh my goodness. Halberd actually really nice for this area since you can almost match their range. One nice thing about this is there's a good chance. Oh yeah, these ones come out of the water. That's probably the ones that ambushed me just then. Now one in the wall there. There's just no way to know where they're gonna come from next, honestly. Their spawn points are set obviously, but if you haven't been through here before, you wouldn't know where they are. And okay, we're gonna wait for this to come out. And their pathfinding means nothing because they can just go through any wall. So take these ones out before you go into that room, I suppose. They're being real difficult. Try right, no kidding. And be very careful not to send yourself off the ledge while you're swinging at them. Oh, I'm not able to hit them right now. That's what's happening. My transient curse wore off. Now the reason that I am of course showing you how to get through this area is because there are some steps you have to take to actually be able to get to the boss, and this area is quite literally a nightmare. Need you guys to come up here a little bit further. Oh man, not fun. They leash like right where you're able to actually hit them, so. Alright, last one. I'm stuck on these stairs here. There we go. I'm gonna heal up before we go inside. We're gonna get ambushed again. So this is kind of like that first room we were in. A lot of ghosts will kind of just pop out of nowhere. check the walls with your shield up, make sure no more are coming. Alright, and then here's another red-eyed one. Completely missed. If you can't, or if you want to, rather, you can obviously fall back in that last room, you know. Just take your time here, be careful. Once you take those ghosts out, climb up this ladder. There is one in the ladder. Forgot about that. Maybe there's two. Maybe three. The thing is, like, they're not always there. Like, these, they get out of place, they find you, they hunt you through the walls. It's just stupid, honestly. Let's talk to this guy here.
Well, this is a surprise. I get few visitors. Save first, you have the Lord Vessel. Very impressive.
We do have the Lord Vessel.
I know exactly what your intentions are. You seek the four kings whom I guard over. This is the key to the seal. The four kings slumber in the deepest chamber of the ruins. Use this key to break the seal and open the floodgates. Oh, and do not forget, the dark wraiths reside in a dark void called the Abyss. But the Abyss is no place for ordinary mortals. Although, long ago, the knight Artorius traversed the Abyss. If you can find him and learn from him, the Abyss may prove surmountable.
Okay, so there you go. I really like that dialogue there, but you will need to have the Lord Vessel in order to get the key to the seal from this guy, which is the only thing preventing you from not clearing this area, like, as soon as you get to Firelink, because obviously you can get to it, and you do have access to transient curses as soon as you get here as well. Now, just a cool little story thing, or lore thing. I like how he mentions that he knows about Knight Artorius, he knows about what he did, but he has no idea that he's been dead for a very, very long time. That's just, like I was saying in the last episode, like, Artorius is just kind of a legend to everyone that lives in this world. So, we're gonna go this way, actually. Pop right out here, right next to where those broken stairs were. I'm gonna grab that item, I guess, but we're not gonna bother with any of the enemies. We're just gonna move on ahead. And here is where you would hit your roadblock if you do not have the Lord Vessel. So right here, contraption does not move, so just keep making your way down and use the key to the seal right here. And you just want to push this lever and enjoy the cutscene. Alright, so there you go. We just dumped millions of gallons of water onto those dragons right there. They're fine, don't worry about them. But that is going to allow us to access the lower part of New Londo, and that's where the boss is located, and we can also get that shortcut now. Remember, I had you kick down the ladder up there, so I am actually going to head back to Firelink real quick, and I will show you where to actually use that shortcut. Alright, so here we are back in New Londo Ruins. The reason I went back up to Firelink is for two reasons. One, to replenish my Estus, as there is actually no bonfire down here, and the other reason was to show off this shortcut that we unlocked. So what you want to do is just make your way across these catwalks here. From this point on, I'm just going to show you how to get to the boss fight. You've pretty much done everything you need to do. There is one more item in the lower section of New Londo Ruins I will show you after the boss fight. It's actually the very large Ember. It'll allow you to fully upgrade your weapon. Gets plus 15 if you have a standard weapon. There are some tough enemies down here in the form of these dark wraiths here, but you know, you really don't have to kill them. They're really easy to backstab actually because they're really slow. But I'd recommend just running by them because those ghosts up top are going to be following you. There are 2 in this room along with the slime thing. Roll through their attacks there, and the boss fight is right here. Now the ghosts can actually come through this into this area here because they can go through walls. So I'd run down a little bit, and usually they don't follow you to the bottom. Just gonna double check real quick though. If they do, just pop a quick transient curse. But it looks like we're in the clear. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, you will need the Covenant of Artorias to get in here. Trade one of your rings for it. If you have the Ring of Favor and Protection, do not trade that one. If you take that off, it will break, if you recall. So I'm going to trade it for my Havel's ring. That's going to mean that we're not going to be able to fast roll anymore. So that's kind of tough. However, in this boss fight, to be perfectly honest with you, I am of the opinion that you want as much poise and defense as possible. I personally think that's the easiest way to take down this boss. I'm going to leave the Thief Mask on just for style points. So the heaviest stuff I have right now is stone armor, and that's what we're going to use. Now, I am fat rolling. Again, I would not worry about that. Once we get down here, our goal is just as much DPS as possible. Try to tank everything you can, and just keep swinging. The boss is called the 4 Kings. They're just going to keep spawning in either after you kill one of them, or if you take too long to kill them, they spawn in after a certain amount of time. So you really want high DPS. I can't buff the Black Knight weapon. However, if you have any gold pine resin, I'd recommend using that, or any pine resin. But you want to just jump down here. This will kill you if you don't have the ring on, so put the ring on. Now, the depth perception down here is really difficult because it's just pitch black everywhere. Boss fight starts. Look around for one of the 4 Kings, and you want to get as close to him as possible, as quickly as possible. I'm gonna heal up real quick and just start doing damage. As you can see, I am tanking this pretty well. And you can hit them as they're despawning, so get in that extra damage. Then, when you're done, go ahead and heal up. He grabbed me. I really did not see that coming. Was not paying attention. Doesn't do a terrible amount of damage though. And we're gonna get in some more damage. Now, if you're really killing it with the DPS, you can actually only kill 3 of them and beat the boss fight. Again, get in some more swings as they're dying. I'm gonna bust out my shield again, hopefully block some damage as I'm getting close to them. There's the next one. Don't back away. They have this ranged attack. Honestly, kind of hard to dodge, again, because of that depth perception issue. There's an AoE attack, has a lot of range, a lot of damage. Since I'm fat rolling, I just decided to try to block it, mitigate as much damage as possible. And here we go for some more damage on the boss. I'm gonna let my stamina regen a bit here. That one hit me. The reason you want to be close is because a lot of times the boss's arm will hit you rather than the sword. Ah man, we almost had him too. But the arm, it's much like the halberd. If you hit it like with the stick part of the halberd, it won't do as much damage. One more hit, there we go. Don't even have to kill him. All you gotta do is get the main, what's it called, like boss health bar down, and that will be the end of it. You are going to spawn in a bonfire here in the abyss, and you get a bequeathed Lord Soul Shard. You're gonna need 4 of those to fill up the Lord Vessel and go face the final boss, and that, if you're following along with my guides, is the first one. Now, you can do this with light armor. It's not impossible by any means. In fact, a lot of people find that easier. Now, the advantage to that is that you can easily roll through people's attacks. Now, I'm kind of relying on Havel's ring to be able to quick roll with this setup, which is why, since I'm mid-rolling anyways, I just opted for the extra poise. As you saw, like, when we were up close, like, hugging the boss, I was not getting staggered by those hits at all. I was able to just keep swinging without getting staggered. With this armor set, that would not have happened. So, try both ways. I would say if you can't quick roll without, while you have this ring equipped, then just go for as much poise as possible. Pretty, like, I guess, cheesy way to do it, just kind of relying on poise and just tanking all the damage. But I find that to be the easiest way. As you saw, like, they spawn in kind of quick, to be honest with you, and you can have like an infinite number of kings. I don't know if there actually is a cap, but like, if you're not killing them fast enough, you will have 2, 3, 4 even, like, spawned in at one time. You know, so like, I would not count on being able to 1v1 them if you're not being super aggressive with damage. As you saw, like, a lot of that boss fight, I was pretty much just running at him and not really worrying about dodging the attack too much. I was putting on my shield just so I took as little damage as possible. But biggest thing, stay close so that the sword doesn't hit you and you don't have to deal with the ranged attacks. If they do the AoE, I would just heal up to full health as quick as possible and put up your shield. Something with more stability than the Grass Knight or Grass Crest shield would be a lot better, to be honest with you. Like, again, I don't think I really have anything with good stability. But right after this video, I'll actually show you where to get the best armor set for this boss fight. So I didn't grab it beforehand, but it will help with this boss fight, so I'll show you in the next episode. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you, and before I leave, actually, I'm going to show you where to get the very large Ember, but I'm going to sign off right here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, so here we go, starting from the beginning of New Londo Ruins. I'm going to speed this up quite a bit, but it should be pretty easy to follow along. So we're going to go ahead and take that shortcut that you get after draining the water. I'm going to pop a transient curse and kill these ghosts just because they will kind of follow you around, so I find that this makes things a little bit easier. Try not to get owned by the second one like I did. And go ahead, like I said, drop down the shortcut here. Go ahead and take out this Dark Wraith as well. You will kind of be slowed down a bit in the next area, so he'll follow you over there anyways. Now you want to go over here to the corner of this water-filled area and go up these stairs here. Not really sure where I was just going. In this room there are a few Dark Wraiths. One off to the right aggroed first, so just going to go ahead and take him out. After that, I'm going to move up a little bit, kind of run around, see if I can get the aggro of the other one. And there we go. There are 3 in here though, so just be careful. Once we've taken him out, go for this giant slime here. It's got like a spitting attack there. It's also got this blade that comes out the front. The blade's got a lot of range, so roll to the side rather than backwards if you even have to. Last Dark Wraith is down here at the ends, and after that we're going to head in here and go up these stairs. Now at the end of this little walkway here is a soul, not actually all that important, but then you want to backtrack here, and in this corner you will actually find another set of stairs. So if you go over this way, just follow what I'm doing right here, some spiral stairs I suppose, and then go left, and here you are, a chest with the very large Ember. That's all there is to it. That'll let you upgrade your weapon from +10 to +15, so very, very nice item. And with that guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.